Thank you. I have no more public comment cards. I'll entertain a motion or
move to create a community-based task force with the purpose of reviewing federal, state, county, and city regulatory protections in place for warm mineral springs and those other protections for which warm mineral springs may be suitable. This is to include land use.
Is that the motion? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I'll go ahead and second it.
I have a motion by Commissioner Cook, seconded by Commissioner DiFranco. Commissioner Cook?
Well, taking in mind what Mr. Delp said, this study that he mentioned was several years old, and the purpose of my task force would be, once again, community-based, also for transparency and also to update the information that Mr. Delp will hopefully provide for us.
Commissioner DiFranco?
I just have one question for the attorney or the city manager. If this task force, however created or what their function is, if they, if Cypress Landing decides they do not want them on the facility, does not have to engage with this task force, do they have pretty much all the right to do that, and they don't have to have this task force on their property and going over any type of... Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, we were trying to understand why they would need to be on the property.
Okay, so all this is just going over regulatory...
Right. You're having them gather regulatory information from everybody from the feds all the way down.
Which we already have.
Or they could access online, or they wouldn't need to be at the Springs to read the federal CFR on
Okay.
the regulations that might affect a springs in the United States.
Okay. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Blucher?
Yeah, I won't support this, but not that it's not a bad idea. The problem I have is we've just approved through Mayor Yates' motion that we're going to go out to the state and federal government and government bodies to see if they'd have any interest in it. I think if they do, this process that you're talking about will be done by those government agencies, number one. Number two, if that doesn't work and we want to sell it, and that's where we go. And remember, though, I believe that we can't sell it without de-annexing if it's going to the county. If it goes to private party, different story. But based on that, I wouldn't want to do anything to lower the value of something that I want to sell. And I'm not saying it would, but I don't know. So at the right time, I think that would be great to do. I just think the timing is bad for it now. That's all.
Commissioner Cook?
Well, to address your concerns, this is to provide an inventory to whatever entity might be interested. If another government entity is not interested, then we're back to going either to a private company or whatever else we decide to do to move on. So there is no harm in having a report prepared. There's no harm in it. And I'm kind of surprised to hear that that we're on the record stating that we don't want to provide information to a company because it might dilute the value, when in fact that's part of the due diligence process, I believe. So certainly this is not going to be a professional report. This is guidance. It's a task force. Just like with other committees, they make recommendations to the commission. That will be the same purpose of this task force. It is to, once again, involve the community in protecting and preserving the springs, finding out what regulations may or may not be already in place, try to find out what regulations can be put in place in order to have the strongest regulations of this property that is in the city of Northport, and that we will have at least some regulatory power over or control over to some extent. So I don't see the harm in having this report available to us.
Vice Mayor Blucher?
Yeah, I agree. There is no harm. No harm in it. You heard the key question I asked there that gave me the information I wanted, and I asked the city manager. We can get that from staff. I know you want to get community involvement, and we've had some community involvement. We sure had some community involvement tonight, and I think there's other ways to do that. I'm not against what you're saying. I'm just against the timing of what you're saying. That's all.
Is it that you're against the timing because we're looking to move forward and not be part owners of it anymore?
That's part of it, but also, maybe SwiftMud is interested. Maybe the state's interested. Maybe the federal government's interested. They don't need that information.
But maybe they're not. This is all to prepare us to move forward in whatever venue, whatever avenue we move forward in. If another government entity is not interested, then we need to go a different route.
Yeah, but we can get that sooner. If we really want that information, we can get that through staff.
Perhaps, but
easier.
This is a way to. This is a way for transparency. I mean, for instance, we receive these staff summaries. Unknown, anonymous staff people are reporting to us. When if we receive, I don't know who signs these staff summaries, for instance. I mean, it's staff, but this way we have people putting their time, putting their identity on a report. It's transparent. We know who put the work in.
If it's staff, then that man sitting over there in the chair, if they're lying to him, he can fire him. Can't fire volunteers.
Okay. Just my thoughts on this. I fully support gathering of the information, and quite frustrated that that hasn't been done to this point. However, with the situation that we're in, it's very difficult for me to put a task force to get together at this juncture. I think the information is needed, it's valuable, and I'm surprised that we don't have that so far through the process that the staff has been working on for 2 years. So I think we need to get it, but at this juncture I'm just not ready to support making a task force. I think we need to clear some clouds, and if there's specific information that we can get from staff, I think they have the ability to get some of that information pretty easily and readily. So, all right, I see no other lights on. Please vote. And the motion dies with Commissioners Blucher and Yates dissenting, Commissioner Cook and DiFranco in support. The motion dies. Is there any public comment cards, general public comment?
Do you have any over there?
Okay. Scheduling workshops.